Hi, Matt McAleer, Director of Equity Strategies, Cumberland Advisors. April 6th, shortened week on the equity side this week. Equity markets closed for Good Friday. Bond markets opened half a day with the payrolls report tomorrow. So what did we have this week? On the equity side, really seemed like a draw, a battle to a draw. Some things worked, some didn't. What worked? Interesting. Mega tech is red hot. You look at Google, you look at Meta, you look at Microsoft, all trading very strong. Below that in tech, in the mid-size, mid-cap area, not as strong. In terms of other sectors that worked this week, healthcare very strong, specifically pharmaceuticals. Utilities had some strength. So it almost seems that the sectors and industries that were working were taking their cue off that softer economic data. And we'll see how that plays out in tomorrow's numbers into next week. What's not working? Financials. Financials are very, very difficult here. Now, as a net holding within our equity strategies, we're very underweight financials. But, and it's a big but, where we touch them, we are getting punished like everybody else. So where financials and banks show up within an ETF, and you specifically have that on the value side, very soggy trading. So if an ETF on the value side is 14, 15% financials, it's really been trying to just tread water, trying to stay in place. Where we own individual issues, and we only own two, JP Morgan's trading okay. The devil is Schwab. That's really in a steep drawdown. We'll see what we're going to do with that position. Has not been able to bounce, not been able to get its feet under it. It's gotten itself in a very dangerous drawdown. So we'll be looking at that carefully next week. In terms of positioning and what we may do with some cash, we've been spending cash. As I mentioned, in our U.S. ETF, which is a thematic sector and industry ETF, we had added Qs, we had added semiconductors. Those trades are working well. Have about 10, 11, 12% cash still to deploy there. In our U.S. core, our last add there was into a capital strength ETF. It's trading okay. We're in the 10, 12, 13% cash area there. Tactical trend, haven't had any trades there in a couple of weeks. Sitting in a little higher cash position there. International, we're split between developed and emerging markets. Developed, specifically Europe, has traded very, very well. And some of these emerging markets have gotten a nice reversion to the mean trade. Interesting enough, India traded well this week. That had been a security, an index that has been out of favor really for about 3-4 months. So a real mixed bag this week. Yields down. You can see investors and traders betting that some of this soft or softening economic data that we're noticing is going to allow the Fed to at least pause or at least tamp down on plans of higher rates. You had the 10-year Treasury trade all the way down in the 325 area at one point this week. Wasn't long ago. 4 weeks ago, we were talking about 4%. So in terms of yields, we'll keep an eye on those. In terms of next week, full week, more economic data. John Mousseau will be with me on Friday to review that. Enjoy the long weekend. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you can follow along with the videos. We also have a link to the survey below where you can tell us some different thoughts and ideas you'd like us to cover. Have a great weekend.